All right, ladies and gentlemen, very disturbing news. Let me pull up this video is going to come here. I've got it. I don't know when it's going to be released. Exposing this fraud, Jeremy Lefebvre. Complete fraud, complete liar, manipulator. And I've even posted the FTC's phone number on the video. I'll be releasing it here in the near future. And so today I wanted to show you very disturbing that I have found out YouTube is using my content to promote scammers. Now, let me just go ahead and tell you all, remind everyone, if you don't have an ad blocker, if you don't have an ad blocker, it's 2025 or 24, you don't have an ad blocker, you're a fool. Put ad blockers on your browsers, okay? Install ad blockers. My throat is fucked up. Despite the fact that my channel is not and will never be monetized, YouTube is running scam ads on my channel. I found out, I saw this just a few minutes ago, so I had to show you. And it's actually showing scam ads on videos where I expose scammers. Think about that. So what's it saying? Notice how the criminal platform YouTube manipulates its stupid, brainless audience, gullible audience. How? Well, you've got a world expert, myself, exposing financial charlatans, fraudsters on ScamTube, right? And then what happens? Well, they show a video of some guy promoting trading as if he's legitimate. Think about that. ScamTube is manipulating my content by promoting scammers profiting off my content. If you want to see more scammers, folks, head to my website. I've been exposing these frauds for almost 20 years. And I started with the highest level scammers, con artists, fraudsters, the people that reached the most, they had the largest audience. That was with the media. Things have changed since that time. You have people now that are the largest pool of investors that are being defrauded and deceived are from social media, as opposed to CNBC, Bloomberg, Barron's, Wall Street Journal, all the bullshit, Benzinga, all that shit. But I expose all these guys, as many of you know. Take a look at the website. Nobody in the world has exposed these people. Peter Schiff, Jim Rogers, Mark Faber, Harry Dent. Nobody can come close to me on that. The list goes on and on and on. And I did that. I wanted to expose all these con men and scam artists. Why? A couple of reasons. First of all, I wanted to point out to people, if you pay attention to any media that is ad-based content that's tagged with ads, you're fucked. You're going to get screwed. And I show the financial media because it's easiest to point out the financial media. Why? Because if you take a look at it, the theme, the narrative is pretty one-dimensional. It's all about things related to finance and economics, investments, right? Therefore, the vast majority of the advertisers are going to be related to that field, as opposed to let's say, NBC, right? NBC, which has a variety of programming content. It's difficult to see the agendas there. Why? Because they may have one of these scammy so-called reality TV shows, let's say on real estate, which are all scams, by the way. They're all scams, and all the people they promote as experts are frauds and losers. That's fact. Write it down. In fact, if you don't believe me, just go through and take a look at these little real estate shows. See how many people have been caught up in criminal activity and have defrauded people. There's quite a long list. But the point is that when you take a look at a broad network like NBC or ABC or CBS or Fox, they have a variety of scam shows, of scam content, different themes. They may not necessarily advertise on their reality TV show, let's say real estate. They may not advertise on that particular show for something pertaining to real estate. They're going to get you later on. Why? Because they know that you're watching that network. They don't want to make it so obvious. The financial media cannot escape from that, you see, because all of their programming, although NBC or CNBC is changing, you know, they're renting out their air spots to the useless, talentless losers on late night TV like Jimmy Fallon, complete failure and loser, The Tonight Show, stuff like that. But nonetheless, the vast majority of the content time on CNBC and certainly on Bloomberg, Scamberg, is all investment related. Therefore, the advertisements are going to be related to that so you can see the agenda. Okay. Now, some of you, and in fact, I got a comment from some knucklehead recently saying, well, my videos are too long. You got to re-edit them down. I don't have time for this. Listen, brainless boy. I'm not here to make my content easily digestible. I'm not here to edit it down, and I'm not here for monetization. You dimwit. Get it together, boy. I'm here to present the fucking truth. You understand? You're used to all the fucking scammers and bullshit artists on ScamTube making nice edited videos and thank you for watching my video. I'm not going to, I don't give a fuck. You should thank me for spending the time to educate you. You got it? Now, if you're that fucking stupid, you don't understand what's going on. You know what? Don't even watch my videos because it's not going to get through to you. You're too fucking dense. Okay? You should be begging me on your knees to blow me in appreciation for spending the time and effort and giving you my expertise for free to help you. You understand? Got it? I'm not asking for that, but when you're going to come and criticize my content, I'm going to kind of tell you the fucking truth. I'm going to tell you the reality. Now, I know many of you are appreciative of that, but I just kind of wanted to point that out to set the story straight, because I'm not here to build a cult, to run for office. You understand? Most people don't get it. These are the same people that line up and vote and think that they have a choice, which is the vast majority of people. Or the people that fall for, you know, Donald Trump and his antics and Elon Musk and his bullshit. Not to say that the other side's any better, because they're not, but at least they're not as scammy. I mean, they're pretty, it's pretty obvious what they're doing. They're not hiding their bullshit, right? Biden, Harris, they're not hiding their bullshit. They kind of come out and tell you how, you know, their demented ideas. So, you know, they're both garbage, right? It's both, you're going to lose with both of them, irrespective of what you think. And if you don't think so, either you're too young to have lived through all this time and seeing the back and forth bullshit, doesn't matter who you vote for, or you're just plain stupid. Okay? Maybe both. So let me get into this now. This guy, apparently his name is Matt. I saw, this is the exact ad I saw on my video. I was actually posting, and you may want to check this out. I was posting some links on my website to some of the Tom Nash videos that I have posted. It gives you a lot more information. And so I went to that site to post a comment on one of my videos, and I saw this ad. So let's listen to it now.
Guys, we hacked Wall Street, and let me show you how we did it.
Let me make sure this is loud enough here. I don't know. Is it loud? How's the volume? Is the volume okay? How's the volume on this video? Tell me if you can't hear it.
Guys, we hacked Wall Street, and let me show you how we did it. We created a
Now, first of all, of course, the telltale sign, the obvious, irrefutable red flag, scammer giveaway is the monitors in the background. Wow, look at the monitors. It's so complicated. He must know. He must know something. He must be really good. Folks, let me just kind of set the story straight here. Let me remind everybody who I am. Now, first of all, if you're listening to this video right now and you haven't investigated who I am, you're a fucking idiot. Anybody that you listen to for important things, okay, you better spend more of your time researching their credibility than you are going to spend listening to them, at least in the initial stages. Okay, now that doesn't mean going online and I'm looking for third-party reviews. All scams used by scammers. I'm talking about using your own fucking common sense, your own brain. If you're not able to do that, stay the fuck off the internet. You're going to get fucked. You're going to get scammed. That's fact. Okay? You got it? No one else is going to tell you this stuff. Why is it that you're hearing so many things from me that you've never heard before from anyone else? Now, of course, I will be copied in the future. Remember, I've been doing this for almost 20 years. Why are you not hearing? So there's one of two logical reasons. Either I'm just completely wrong, I'm just completely off base, or it's because you don't hear the truth. The truth is not convenient. The truth doesn't pay money, right? Once again, folks, ask yourself what the motivation, what the intent of these people is. They're all in it for the money. Money, money, money. Give me money, 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 money. Money worshippers. They're on YouTube to create a business to extract money from you. They're on an ad-based platform. They have no credibility. They have nothing. All of these people. That's fact. And if you don't know that, if you didn't know that, consider yourself a dummy. A big fucking dumbass. But that's good. Because I'm letting you know what you are. Mentally incompetent to some degree. Reversible, potentially. You see, if you want to fix the problem, you got to identify the problem first. You got to realize your situation and where you are. Don't feel offended. Don't feel bad. Every person in the world at some point is a dummy about something, including me, by the way. So don't feel bad. Let me repeat. Every person on this earth at some point in their life is a dummy about something or many things. And that includes not just when you're young and naive as fuck and don't know anything. It also includes when you're older and wiser. Okay? The key is to realize that you're setting yourself up to be taken by these scam artists and do something about it. You can educate yourself to identify them. And basically, folks, I'm telling you right now, I haven't found a single person on ScamTube that's not there to deceive you in some way to lure you. Okay? They're all on. Once again, YouTube is the video version of ClickBank. If you don't know what ClickBank is, look into it. It's an affiliate scam website. The affiliate business model, and I've mentioned this before, by the way, is a scam. It's an absolute scam. No doubt about it. So, the best thing for most of you is just to stay the fuck off the internet. Once again, I've said this before many times, many years ago. The internet is primarily about scams and pornography. That's it. That's the way it's been from day one, and that's the way it is today. scams and pornography. And in that, 20 years ago, 25 years ago, it was primarily pornography, by the way. Now it's primarily scams. And of course, scams is a very large area, from the less detectable scams of the ad-based content, right? And now you're seeing more and more over the past few years the deception and mind control from political agendas, right? And then you have the explicit, overt scams like, Meet Kevin, Ty Lopez. And I say those two names consecutively for a reason, right? And then you have all these other guys like this guy and Tom Nash and so on and so forth, selling you ideas based on false premise. This guy is a complete scammer and fraudster simply for the fact that he promotes day trading. Anybody that promotes day trading, and think about it for a second. If you're promoting day trading, you're basically saying that I can provide you with some type of edge that helps you outperform the S&P index long term. Otherwise, why are you, if you can't do that, even if you don't say that's what you're doing, that's the implicit message. Otherwise, why are you doing this, right? It's about having a competitive advantage. Me, myself, the only person that predicted the financial crisis in 2008, that's fact, write it down, truly predicted it. Anybody out there who thinks they're a smarty pants that wants to put money up, because you see, folks, people talk a lot of shit, but when it comes to putting money on the fucking table, money on the line, you think a little more carefully. It doesn't mean that you're going to be correct, but it means you're a little more careful about your claims. If you're willing to put some money up, let's fucking go. I'll bet anybody in the world on this claim. We'll get a neutral party to assess the argument. Okay? It doesn't even really matter. I clearly predicted it. Show me somebody that predicted it with more detail and accuracy than me. Nobody. Zero. Okay? So I mention this. I don't like to brag. I mention this why? Because it attests to my credibility and who you're listening to. Think about it for a second. When you come across the media, articles, or broadcast media that tells you Warren Buffett, we're going to interview Warren Buffett, or Michael Burry says this, you think, wow, okay, well, I'm going to listen, I'm going to read this, because you're convinced that they're top guys, because the media told you so. You don't know for a fact they are. You watched a fictional Hollywood movie and think Michael Burry's credible, but do you have the evidence? What's the evidence? Do you really know? You understand? Or even Warren Buffett. Do you understand the details of how he made his money and over what time period? You understand what I'm saying? But, those to put those two in the same sentence is really not appropriate, because Warren Buffett's not constantly coming out with fear-mongering bullshit. Okay? So I'm not going to even include him here. It's, the Michael Burrys, the Kyle Basses, the Jeffrey Gunlocks, the Peter Schiffs, Harry Dents out there that are just always promoting just complete horseshit. And many of you think that they're legitimate because the media tells you so. You haven't taken the time to investigate yourself, and that's why you're going nowhere in your fucking life. Because you're trusting a criminal enterprise, the media. Got it? Ad-based content. Figure out the business model. I've explained it many times. So, getting back to my point of who I am and my credibility. Think about my credit. It's not just having predicted the financial crisis. I'm clearly the top market forecaster in the world, forecasting the major moves in the markets. That's documented. If you don't believe it, you want to call lie, I've got the documented evidence that I can take to fucking court. Got it? Okay. Got it. Okay. As well as my expertise in securities analysis. Do I need to mention that? If I do, then you haven't looked into who I am. So there's not even many people who cover the breadth of research that I do. They're not capable of doing it. So why am I telling you all this? I'm telling you all this, and also, I don't even really talk about this much, but I'm also a top trading analyst. I know a lot about trading. Don't promote it. Why? Because it's bullshit. Long term, you're not going to make any money if you're focusing on that. The skills involved in trading stocks is valuable sometimes if you understand how and when to utilize it, and if you understand the underlying fundamentals oftentimes with the securities, in addition to the bigger picture, the macroeconomic landscape. And if you understand how to coalesce all of that, okay, which not many people, I think, do. My point is this: me knowing everything that I know, I'm sitting here telling you, I don't have a competitive advantage either for myself and even more importantly to teach you, because this is also another thing about trading. It's one thing to be able to make money consistently to outperform the S&P index over the long term trading. It's another thing to be able to teach somebody that. Now, are there people that can consistently over the long term make money beating the S&P? I'm sure there are. But just about all of them are in a professional setting where they have a lot of resources. Okay? But nobody out there can teach you that skill. Guaranteed. Fact. Write it down. And we're talking a handful of people. And I can sure as hell damn well guarantee you they ain't out there pitching their fucking courses to you. You think they're going to waste fucking time on that garbage? Think about it. People selling courses can't make money trading, as they claim. It's a fraud. It's a lie. Write it down. Spread this fucking message. Remember who I am. Now, if I can't give you a competitive advantage in day trading, nobody can. Okay? Think about it. You got this fraud and all these other frauds promoting day trading. This is actually the worst period in history to think that you can make money day trading consistently. Why? Because, folks, 20 years ago, it was a different world. You didn't have high-frequency trading. You didn't have payment for order flow. You didn't have all these things going on now that you have now. Okay? This is the worst. You have the smallest chance in making money day trading. Okay, so think about it. If you've got a world-class expert, a Wall Street insider, that can't find a competitive advantage for himself to day trade, much less to teach you, do you think this fucking knucklehead has that? Or any of these other knuckleheads promoting? You go to all these fuckers and you tell them what I said, or you play this clip for them. And if they want to respond, you tell them to do it on a neutral platform with them, and I'll respond to them on a neutral platform. Let's go. Boom, let's fucking go. They're going to run away like little bitches, of course. So let's go ahead and play this. I want you all to hear this fucking bullshit. He hacked Wall Street. He hacked Wall Street legally. No, you didn't. No, you fucking didn't. You're a liar and a scammer. Folks, these people are getting away with white-collar crimes, fraud. Why? Because until they're reported to the Federal Trade Commission en masse, they're not going to get prosecuted. Somebody out there needs to start a movement, website, as a clearinghouse of all these fraudsters and show them how to report them. You understand? Because otherwise, listen, I'm doing my part. Okay, which of you out there is going to take the next step? Let's go ahead and listen now.
Guys, we hacked Wall Street, and let me show you how we did it. We created a series of tools called liquidity maps that for the first time ever reveal where large banks and major Wall Street players are in the market. Stop trying to predict price. That's random. Volume is the future. Liquidity maps are a game changer. I can plan my moves ahead of time or avoid bad days before they start. Don't believe me? I stream live every single day on YouTube. Avoid bad days before they start. Don't believe me? Or avoid bad days. I can plan my moves ahead. I can plan my moves ahead of time or avoid bad days before they start.
You hear that? So he's basically saying he can predict the future based on volume. You're a fraud, dude. You are a fucking scumbag fraud. You're fraud.
Don't believe me? I stream live
No, I don't. No, I don't believe you. Stream live to a bunch of fucking suckers and idiots. Okay? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're making false claims. Stop scamming in your fucking little neon lit sex room. That's what it looks like to me. You're a loser.
Single day on YouTube, and you can watch me trade in full transparency and see me use it myself.
Folks, write this down. Some of you, the wise people out there, are taking notes on how to detect scammers and scams. My rules. Another rule, and I've talked about this before. The keyword, transparency. When people talk about transparency, think about it, folks. Transparency is something that you should be able to spot, not what they're telling you that they are undergoing. Well, I'm transparent. You understand? It's the transparency scam. And that is they're going out of their way and they're telling you, I'm transparent. Look at me. I'm going to show you I'm transparent. Guaranteed, write it the fuck down. They're scamming you. I've already talked about how you can actually set up what it looks like live trading, and it's not. If you put it on your own servers, it's not live trading. Okay?
You can see me use it myself. So grab.
The second scam is the newer. When someone mentions democratization, I'm going to democratize for everyone. Folks, let me explain something to you right now. The whole scam is making you believe that you have access. This was the promise of the internet. You have access. Now you've got access. You can participate. You don't need to go through Wall Street. You can do it on your own. Okay? Now, folks, that's creation of dumb money. They're trying to convince you because they know that you think that you can combat. You think that you're able to research and find out what's going on. Guaranteed, everybody listening out there, nobody out, you can't do it. Why? Because the internet and all these media platforms have been created to promote and facilitate scams and scam artists. You got to understand that. YouTube is a great example. I've talked about that. Why they have likes, they hit dislikes. Why do they show views? Why do they show subscriber count? That can all be gamed to fool you. Why do they allow the channel owner to delete comments? Because he's going to only show you the favorable ones. When he's scamming people and he has fake comments he pays for and idiots that write stupid nonsense they don't even realize are being scammed. And the typical dildo is going to just read the comments and look at the likes. Oh, it must be legitimate. Okay. Another example I talked about in the past, Facebook groups, right? These private groups where if you ask some important, critical questions, well, the scammers don't like that. You become a problem. They boot you out of the group and nobody knows. Same with Discord. Discord's all the scam. You understand, folks? You know, I've got a video that I made several years ago. I'm going to be releasing it. It's called The Need for Barriers. You know, we all need some barriers oftentimes, barriers to entry, because everybody thinks that just because they have access, they have the capability of seeing what's going on. And sorry, you don't. You think you can defeat the media monster that's out to fuck you? That's the internet, folks. You can't. You can't do it. You got it? You cannot do it. Yeah, somebody was, who was it? Yeah, somebody was talking about generational wealth. That's another obvious giveaway. Generational wealth. Folks, learn these key red flags. I mean, has anyone ever heard me mention any of this shit? Right? Financial freedom, right? Passive income, generational wealth. Once again, folks, you can't be scammed unless you're greedy. Okay? Greedy and stupid. Mainly greedy. Greedy and stupid, you're in deep fucking trouble. And let me just tell you, remind you all a little anecdote from several years ago, more than 20 years ago. maybe close to 25 years ago. This obviously stuck with me because I learned from this, 25 years earlier in my life. I learned from something so basic and simple, which probably would have gone past most people. When I was working on Wall Street at Bear Stearns, I met, and I've dealt with a variety of clients. I've dealt with obviously institutions, CEOs, CFOs of Fortune 100 companies, corporate treasurers, but I've also dealt with not only high net worth individuals, but middle class people. The gamut is very wide. Okay. One person I met with, I can't recall why or how, it could have been an inherited account where basically if somebody leaves the firm, they distribute the accounts and you kind of have to follow up on it. That's probably what it was. I don't know. But I met with this lady. She was a librarian. I found out she was a librarian. That's right. Yeah, librarian. And so I met with her, and it's clear that she basically said, look, I don't really know what's going on in the stock market. I don't know. And she said, I just basically invest in the S&P index. And I said, okay, I got it. That's fine. I think that's fine. And I let her on her way. Now, of course, back then I didn't know all the things about the media that I know today. I was a little more green. I hadn't even written America's Financial Apocalypse, but I knew enough to know that she was wise. Why? Because she realized that she was ignorant about the market. And so she just had the index. That's fine. She's actually very wise to realize that she's ignorant, and it's better for her to stay away from this black hole, potentially. I mean, I'm sure I could have lured her in and convinced her, to transfer her assets to me, but I didn't want to do that because I felt that was the appropriate course for her. Because if she doesn't know anything and she's just kind of, she's not really inclined to know anything, to learn anything, I'm not going to be able to help her at all. She's better off, right? What's my point? My point is that this lady who realized she didn't know anything about investments, right? But she knew enough to know that, hey, I'm going to stay in the S&P index. And that was better off for her. Okay. And this is how all these people consuming this investment YouTube content and the financial media should take that approach. If you are lining up to listen to somebody on ScamTube or social media or the financial media about investments, you think they're going to give you an edge. You think you can do better than the S&P. You can't. You fucking can't. Got it? You can't, and you won't. Now, problem is, by the time you realize that, it's going to be too fucking late. By the time you look back 20 years in the future, you're going to remember me. Say, holy shit, why can't I go back in time and do what Stathis said? Got it? It's the greed. It's the greed that pulls these people to these scammers. Okay. Let's continue.
Or avoid bad days before they start. Don't game changer. I can plan my moves ahead of time or avoid bad days before they start. Don't believe me? I stream live every single day on YouTube, and you can watch me trade in full transparency and see me use it myself. So grab our Pro Plus trial today. Come to the liquidity maps indicators, full Discord access, and our Trader Bootcamp course series.
Wait a second. If you're so successful day trading and you know how to predict the future, right? Basically, that's what you're saying. Then why are you selling courses? Why are you selling your shit? Why? Why would you give up your edge? Remember, trading, investing, especially trading. I mean, when we're talking trading, you're talking about two sides of the trade. Winning side, losing side. Why would you tell people the winning side? since you can predict the future, why would you do that? It's going to be worse for you. The reason why is because you're a liar and a scammer. That's what you are. You're a liar and a scammer. Stop it. Remember, folks. Now, how about me? World-class analyst, Wall Street insider. Folks, you know how many fucking screens I look at? One. I got a little fucking laptop. What's that tell you? You understand? Anyone who's showing you the multiple screens is a fraud. Write it down. Write it down. Fact, write it down, take it to the goddamn bank. And you tell them all that. Let's listen to this scam ad. Once again, this scam ad, I take offense, was played on one of my videos. I don't monetize, never would. YouTube is utilizing my content now to make money promoting these scammers. Listen to the whole YouTube scam ad, uncut, and then we'll move on.
Guys, we hacked Wall Street, and let me show you how we did it. We created a series of tools called liquidity maps that for the first time ever reveal where large banks and major Wall Street players are in the market. Stop trying to predict price. That's random. Volume is the future. Liquidity maps are a game changer. I can plan my moves ahead of time or avoid bad days before they start. Don't believe me? I stream live every single day on YouTube, and you can watch me trade in full transparency and see me use it myself. So grab our Pro Plus trial today. Come to the Liquidity Maps Indicators full Discord access in our Trader Bootcamp course series. I will teach you everything we know so that you can learn to read the market like a pro.
Like a pro, huh? Well, I don't think I read the market like you do, and I'm a fucking pro. Once again, you're a fraud and a scammer. You're no different than all these other guys. They're all fucking... It's a big mafia of scammers on YouTube, folks. That's fact. Write it down. Wait a second. Why isn't the fake guru detective CoffeeZilla exposing this? Because he's a fucking pinhead moron who can't expose anything. Similar to Scott Schaefer and all the others, Spencer Cornelia. They're just fucking scamming. They're selling ads, folks. They're pretending. Everybody's got their pitch. You understand? They've all got their angle on ScamTube. It's all about monetizing, selling the ads, right? So let's take a look here now. I mean, look at this. And by the way, folks, you all know the free scam. It's free. Let me explain something to you guys. And if you want to appreciate it, I challenge you to go to one of Robert Kiyosaki's cash flow seminars. They're free. Go there if you want to see how professional snakes operate. You will be close to falling for their shit. That's how good they are. Okay? That's how good they will fucking convince you. These people are professional scammers. My point is that when you're talking about a whole industry, and I've mentioned this many times for many years, the real danger of Robert Kiyosaki and Tony Robbins is that they're breeding younger generations of fucking scammers. And they're using their little methods. My point is that these guys, come on our Discord, it's free. They just want to lure you, folks. It's mind control. Stay away from this free shit because they're gonna fuck you. They're gonna stick it to you. You got it? And you're gonna be convinced. Why? Because you're gonna be under a mind control platform where there's no discourse. Discourse, it's kind of funny. Discourse? There's no fucking discourse. It's anti-discourse. It's designed for people to con you. And then you get kicked out because you ask critical questions. You understand? It's all a scam. Okay? Let's see what we're gonna let's take a look at this video here. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ad blocker not working. Notice I will just scroll through until I don't see any ads. Okay, there we go.
So in the morning, Market on open orders will be an order that somebody can submit to the exchange. And when you submit that order to the exchange, if you want a large amount of shares, instead of buying 100,000 shares of something when the market's open, you just want to buy them at the opening price because you trust that market makers' desire is to find liquidity, which means they're going to find the place and buyers and sellers in equilibrium.
I mean, this is just complete. I'm not even going to listen to this horseshit. This is complete fucking horseshit. Okay? He's telling you want to put in big orders at the open. This is complete horseshit, folks. And anybody that's watched the market should know that. Okay, I mean, I'm not even going to, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking. Remember, I'm the big swinging dick. I'm the big swinging fucking dick, the BSD. I'm the Wall Street guy, not you. You're a fraud. You're a scammer. Let's take a look at the stupidity here. Great, it's great. Okay, it's got all the hearts. That, you know what that means? It means no negative comments, no critical comments. He's going to put a heart by all of them. Those are the ones that pass the test. Don't think one scammer is better than another scammer. Okay? Don't think one scammer just because they have a different tactic. They're all scammers. You understand? Just think about death. No matter how you die. Just think about a murderer. No matter how person kills someone, the person is dead. It doesn't matter. There is no better. Oh, he's better. No, he's not. No, he's not. Okay? You got it? No, he's not. And I'm talking he in terms of any of these people. Okay? Any of these people. Okay? Legitimate, credible people aren't on YouTube. They're not on YouTube. That's fact. Scammers are on YouTube. Okay? I never went on YouTube to promote. I mean, think about it. Folks, I've known about YouTube for more than 20 fucking years. It's fact. Do you see me putting all my research on YouTube for 20 years? Every day? Coming out? Blabbering? No. Why? Because, first of all, you will never, it's not even possible to have a credible, legitimate system or means of publishing of real research on YouTube. It doesn't exist. But you see, the whole gimmick is to give you videos every day, to bombard you, to confuse you. It's the CNBC model. I do research once per month. So, gosh, how can you do that? How, you understand? Folks, if you're trained to look at shit on a daily basis, you're fucked. You're going to lose. Got it? You're going to lose. Okay? Anyone who's putting out daily investment related content, folks, what good's that going to do for you? Even if they're credible, all they care about is gaming the system, about selling ads and getting views, getting in the algorithm. The more videos you have, that's the key. That's the name of the game. Post a video a day at least. Get in the algorithm. More subscribers. More affiliate links, more suckers to put in your course, more people hooked into your content because you're posting more frequent videos and they're more hooked into you. Mind control. Got it? Got it? Think about it. Versus the opposite, me. Legitimate, credible, world-class analyst. I provide research once per month on each publication. With the exception of one of the more active ones I do. On average, maybe twice per month. You understand? See, this is the problem. Virtually nobody out there, unless you're a professional, understands what real research is. Or even cares. They just want to jump into the latest, greatest stock. Well, guess what? The latest, greatest stocks a few years ago were what? Zoom, selling for $600 a share. Peloton, selling for $300 a share. Got it? Tattooed chef. You understand? And now, recently, the scammers are now pitching NVIDIA after it hit $3 trillion. Of course, I was in that at 10 billion market cap more than 15 years ago. Nobody else in the world. No other analyst. Okay? You got it? These people are frauds. And I want you to save all my videos, because if the channel's not going to be up forever, it will be taken down. Okay? Save the videos. Post them everywhere. Create your websites. A clearinghouse. Create a website. Pay for hosting. Okay? A clearinghouse. Why? To serve. And that means you're going to have to post. You can't just post links from YouTube. That shit will be, they can remove that. You got to get your own hosting, video hosting. Okay? Don't look for free. Okay? Spend you some money so that you can control the platform. And it's there for years. Why? So it accumulates. There's a record for all these frauds. When they remove their videos, when they hide their videos, when they re-edit their videos, people can share their stories. So there's evidence. There's an evidence trail to make a case for the FTC to sue them. That's why. Got it? That's the only way it's going to happen. Okay? How to predict volatility. Let's see. How are we going to predict volatility? There's another scam ad. This is good. I'm glad that this one came up. This Asian guy and his little family. Another scammer. This guy's a scammer. Dude, you're a scammer. You're a fraud. Stop it. Free class? It's free.
Trade alone. Trade with me live using one simple.
I've noticed you all have probably seen this scammer for several years now. He's more bold now and more confident. He's defrauding people.
Strategy, and I'll help you get results. For example, a stay-at-home mom make $300.
You're a fraud. Look at him, stay-at-home mom. He's telling you about bullshit, lies. This is what it comes to, folks. This is the guy. He has his dad, even his wife, I think, as well. What a fraud! What a total fucking fraud. Stay-at-home mom. He's telling the stay-at-home moms. You understand? Stay-at-home mom, and they can make a fortune. This is all fraud. YouTube allows this. It's obvious fraud. YouTube is a fraudulent platform that promotes scammers, scam artists, disinformation, promotes pedophilia, pornography, human sex trafficking. But guess what? You can't speak the truth. You can't talk about who runs everything. They're a protected group. Think about that. Got it? Got it?
$110,000 in her first few months trading in her spare time.
So total
complete fraud, complete lies, complete scammer. This guy needs to be shut down.
4 weeks of the total P&L, it is 310K.
Folks, you guys got to do something. You got to do something about these fuckers. You go everywhere and you spread this shit. Everywhere. Reddit, everywhere. I'm telling you. If it's not done, and I'm telling you, the videos are going to stop. Let me just explain something to you guys. The channel's going to be taken down soon, first of all. Has no fucking traction. And this affects my blood pressure. I'm not going to be doing this much longer. Okay? Not to mention, I'm essentially retired. Okay? I've already been taken out of the algorithm. Just as I was starting to get some traction a month ago. I've been taken out of the algorithm. I've already seen it. So, you guys, it's up to you guys to do something. If you don't, I'll consider you a piece of fucking garbage. A self-serving piece of trash. That's what I'll consider you. Think about it. Who else in my position, in my stature, is out there doing this? Nobody. Nobody in the fucking world. Nobody. Zero.
I'm so happy that I found you.
A writer was able to make $1,400 in 1 week after losing money with other methods.
So in 1 week, I recuperated over $1,400. I don't think I would have ever seen this kind of success had I traded before meeting you.
An engineer made
Federal Trade Commission, folks. Federal Trade Commission.
$380,000 in his first year.
After everything's said and done, I got to 380K. That is also including all of the expense I had to.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of people that made a fortune during that bubble in 2020. You understand? Where are they now? Here's the point, folks. Think about this for a second. Nobody, once again, this is why it's critical to examine my track record, my credentials. Okay? And I can tell you, there's nobody in the world who can teach somebody to make a fortune. If anybody can teach someone to have a competitive advantage, it's me. And that's what I do. But it's a long process. Okay? It's a very long process that's not suitable for everybody. Okay? This guy has no system, has no insight, has no nothing. He's a fraud. He's an absolute fraud. Guaranteed, write it down. He's a fraud. He's deceiving people. He's lying to people. If you don't have at least the credentials, the credentials to claim that you can show someone how to have a competitive advantage. Remember, competitive advantage means you're going to beat the market. You have to, at the very least, have the credentials. What's the credentials? Is it having worked on Wall Street? No. No. It's more than that. Show me the fucking goods. Show me the fucking beef. You got it? It's results. I'm not talking about bogus account statements and bogus performance. I'm talking about, think about it. If you're telling people you can do this, you're talking about someone who has a written track record of excellence, right? So first of all, none of these fucking jugheads have even any Wall Street experience. Okay? They don't have Wall Street experience, verified, credible Wall Street experience. You shouldn't even listen to a damn word they say, ever, ever. And then when they're pitching this bullshit, they're absolute fucking frauds. They're scam artists. They are scamming people. It can legally be done until the FTC is notified. Got it? It's a legal crime. They're able to get, all these people can get until enough complaints go to the Federal Trade Commission. This goes with all these fuckers. Kevin Pathrath, Tom Nash, everyone, all these guys. Got it? The FTC has to have enough complaints. And then they investigate. And then they take action. Until then, it's a gravy train for these fuckers.
Pay. I think the experience that I have with you was like, it's not just an instructor, it's a friend.
This strategy is how I achieved the life I always wanted for my family, and I want to help you achieve.
Well, wait, I'll tell you how you achieve the life you always wanted for your family. And if you want to help people achieve that too, tell them the truth. And the truth is you achieve that wealth through selling your bullshit, not through investing or teaching anyone how to invest. You're a liar and a fraud. Stop it, you piece of fucking trash.
Achieve the life you want too. So click the link on your screen to watch the free training I just recorded for you. It will show you why my strategy is so effective and how you can start using it right away. This strategy changed my life. And in these uncertain times, when inflation is costing the average household $1,000 per month.
Notice all these little hooks trying to scare you, inflation and and all these. So there's the greed, and there's the fear and the greed, right? The greed is the, all the stay-at-home mom and making all this money, and right, you got it.
I want to help you take control of your financial future. So please.
Also, let me just mention to you guys, Trustpilot is the new scam portal, fake review site where people can pay to get bad reviews removed. It's a complete scam. It was based in, I think, Serbia or Armenia or one of these Eastern Bloc shit zones. And I think they recently changed the location to some other country in Europe. They're trying to... Anyway, Trustpilot is complete fucking fraud. He's probably on there.
Click the link on your screen and find out what trading can do for you. Don't wait. Click it now.
Click it now. Let's click it. Let's. I hate to give Matt. I've already given him some money here. The scam ad. Let's see, where is it?
So today's.
Let's see here. Exit for profit. I'm hoping he's going to show his dad, because his dad was the one that was, I think, starting this, wasn't it? Or maybe I got the wrong guy. This fucking scam artist. You're a scammer, dude. You're a fraud. You are a fucking fraud. Folks, do your part. Do your part. Relentless, nonstop. Do your part. Oh, look, get ready to leave? I'm going to post a pop-up here. That's another telltale sign. Oh, get ready to leave. Oh, my God. Okay. How to predict volatility. Matt's going to show us how to predict volatility.
Today's lesson is going to go over a brand new technique called expected volatility or expected range. Now, you may have heard this term in regards to options, or this term in related to earnings, right? People calculate an expected range based on some,
This is all a bunch of horse shit, folks. I'm telling you, you understand who I am. This is all a bunch of horse shit. Once again, the whole idea, the premise is for these scammers to show you that they've got this knowledge, and they're going to show you these techniques to game the system, to beat the market, the edge. You understand? This guy's a fraud. He's a scammer. He's deceiving people. He's a day trading douchebag. Okay? Write it down. Any questions on these scammers? Stay on topic. Scammer, 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 scammer. Any questions? In fact, I want to retract that statement. This is not the same guy. This is another Asian guy. In fact, I think I've already covered him. There's an older guy, Asian guy, that does the similar thing. His whole family's in on the thing. This is another guy. This guy's absolutely scamming people. Absolutely scamming people. In fact, if I didn't cover this guy, not as a dedicated video, but I think I mentioned him somewhere. I mean, I'll go ahead and show you. I'll give you evidence because I know, because I've gotten. Let me show you here. Because I have. Well, I probably can't find it. Let me check my YouTube scam ads videos. Got so many. Yeah, I can't identify him because he doesn't say his name here, but in his other videos, I think he says his name. Little scammer. Yeah, I can't find him. Folks, they've all got their angles. You got it? They've all got their angles. As I showed you, Steve Bannon, the typical. Remember, folks, it's the people out there who talk about freedom and liberty, right? They're scammers. When someone is always constantly talking about, freedom and liberty, they're a scammer. Write it down. You don't need someone to promote freedom and liberty or to tell you that they're for freedom and liberty. You understand? Those are hooks. You understand? Those are hooks. Typical hooks that they use, just like financial freedom. And typically the freedom and liberty pitch and, free market capitalism, those are typically hooks to pitch gold. Okay? Yeah, Grant Cardone, now he's pitching these knuckleheads with their trading. Grant Cardone, as you're going to see, his next avenue, pushing the whole trading scam. And they're going to sell you trading education. You see? I mean, they figured, they see how Meet Kevin's doing all that shit and all these other scammers. They're getting in on the game. And the problem is there's so many stupid suckers out there. This is why this scam works. Because the idiots, there's so many stupid people who they can't get past the first line of logic. They don't understand how the scams work. But you see, they should be smart enough to realize, once again, look at who I am. What I'm saying, take it to the fucking bank. You got it? If you're that fucking stupid, where you don't see that you're getting scammed, you need to listen to a world authority. You got it? That's all you need to do. That's why the most important thing that you can do in your life is examine who I am, my track record, my credibility, so that when I say something, you're going to take it to the fucking bank and save yourself. Got it? It's that simple. I can't rewire the brains of stupid people who want you to convince them of something that in reality, in many cases, would take me a year or 2 years because their brains are so melted from consuming horse shit. There's a lot of stupid people out there. And the internet has done that. I've said this over and over again. The internet has made people stupid intentionally for scams and to control them. And this is why people are falling for all these hucksters. So it's up to you guys to do your part. Somebody out there, don't rely on somebody else. There's got to be a lot of people that do this. A lot of people that's got to do this. A movement has got to begin. Got to start a movement. And you're going to see a lot of fakes out there. Okay? Understand, when you expose a criminal mafia of scammers, when you're exposing a whole huge industry of scams, you're going to have a target on your back. You understand? You understand? You're going to have people out there, they're going to make false claims, they're going to distract, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, anything but to get you to focus on the truth. And even this is just the reality. These people are criminals as far as I'm concerned. They're fucking crooks. If you deceive people based upon factual things, if you're lying about something, you're deceiving. This marketing deception is fraud. If you're making money through deception, that's fraud. Fraud makes you a fucking crook. Got it? Got it? Maybe I should start posting this in my videos. FTC's great. And they're great because unlike the state attorney general of whatever state you reside in, and you don't have to be an American, by the way, you can call up the FTC and complain anywhere in the world, because the Federal Trade Commission has a global jurisdiction, by the way. That's why I mentioned I've seen maybe 3 people in my years on ScamTube who've actually posted appropriate affiliate disclosures, and they haven't been on the investment genre. If you're posting affiliate links and you're endorsing companies, products, people, if you don't post an appropriate affiliate endorsement disclosure, and I say appropriate, there's guidelines on the FTC's website. If you're not doing it appropriately, you're breaking federal law. You're breaking the U.S. federal law. And that extends globally. And you can get in some deep fucking trouble. Yet, it's an epidemic on YouTube. And one of the people that I think is most responsible is Casey Neistat. Oh, I love, he's my, I don't know why, it's kind of like this, what's the guy's name? Bourdon, this food guy. Oh, he's so great. Folks, when you hear someone like spruik someone all the time, there's something behind that. And they're nothing. They're nobodies. But this like Casey Neistat guy. Oh, he's my idol. Oh, this fucking fraud. He's a fraud. Tell him I said he's a fraud. Tell that guy, I can't say what I want to call him. He's a fraud. He posted affiliate links with no disclosure for years. He's probably still doing it. Scam artist, you're a fraud, dude. People saw that, and they do the same thing. And now it's an epidemic. All these people breaking the fucking Federal Trade Commission. You report it. Okay. Anyone who's monetizing on YouTube is a scammer. Write it down. Fact. No exceptions in the story. It's fact. It is fact. So everyone's gonna have oh well, how about this guy? I don't have time to go through everyone's list, every genius's list of exceptions. And I say genius, kind of loosely, because I know the typical person out there. Once again, folks, you need to find a true fucking expert who's not pitching bullshit. And you listen to that person, and that's me. Go with it, and then you can learn to avoid the scams and scammers, and then later on in your life, maybe you can figure out why. The most important thing, find somebody you trust, listen to that person to avoid getting fucked. If you want to learn it for yourself, it's going to take you a long time. If you want to wait, go with the scammer, get fucked, and you learn the hard way, go ahead. That's the majority. I've been exposing scams and scammers better than and longer than anybody in the world. Why? Because I got banned, and I saw how all these fucking scammers out there were being promoted as experts, stealing my fucking thunder. That's why I started this shit. Okay? Because I have firsthand experience seeing how the game is played. And if you're of a certain ethnicity, well, you better believe you got a fucking gravy train coming your way, because you're going to get promoted and promoted. You understand? I'm going to show you guys something here real quick. Actually, I ran across this recently. Very interesting. I want to show you this channel. This guy actually, let's see. Okay, here we go. He actually goes over something. And actually, I looked at the data, and his assessments are inaccurate. They're understatements because he doesn't have the expertise to truly identify certain individuals, which I'm going to show you here. So he actually shows you the data, and he cites Wikipedia. That's kind of where he goes. He doesn't understand. He's missing the mark by basically, and I'm going to show you here. It's going to make more sense when I show you. He's showing about a representation of a one certain group of people of about between 20 to 40%, and actually it's closer to about 70 to 90%, because he doesn't realize. But he's showing you this stuff, which I'm kind of surprised his videos haven't been taken down. Probably because he addresses it in a kind of more of a, I'm not going to say academic sense, but he shows the data and tries to be, he doesn't talk about conclusions. So I'm going to show you here what I'm talking about. You can look into this. It's interesting. Take a look at this channel. Leather Apron Club. You could just go ahead and read the videos for yourself. I haven't seen most of these, but I did take a look briefly, and you can take a look. So basically, he identifies a very large disproportionate representation of guests on these certain podcasts, which I've talked about many times, okay? And of course, you can take a guess as to the ethnicity of these podcasters, okay? And once again, his assessment's not accurate. He's understating these. I talked about this. You all know I've been talking about this for a long time. You see that? A massive percentage of Lex Fridman's guests have this in common. Okay? Well, you can take a look at the video and see what they do have in common. You understand? Joe Rogan. Got it? Interesting, huh? Interesting. I haven't seen these videos. I may at some point watch them. It's interesting though, because of course there's been a movement for quite a long time now, maybe a couple of decades or so, maybe a little longer actually, by a certain group, as you can imagine who they are, that has basically been trying to diminish the great achievements from the white European people throughout history. One of the things they've done over time, they said, oh, the ancient Greeks were gay. Oh, Alexander the Great was gay. Oh, the Romans were gay, right? I mean, you've heard all kinds of stuff. And it's, of course, a way to just try to diminish who these people were. I mean, you're talking the greatest civilizations in world history, especially the ancient Greeks, right? So it's interesting to see here. He's telling you, about some of these lies. Interesting. So I just briefly I haven't really looked into this guy at all or anything like that. I did look at a couple of videos quickly, and he has actually, if you take a look, he has actually the data posted. Okay. You can see the data posted here. Examine the data. But once again, he has grossly underrepresented through no fault of his own. Perhaps he knows, but perhaps he can't really use any empirical knowledge he may have just because he can't show it. You see, because if you can't show it, well, what do you do? Right? Anyway, it's interesting. Take a look at the channel, take a look at these videos, and you'll see, and it's important why. Folks, this is something I discuss. It's not just about, he focuses on the political discourse, right? Think about it. All these things that are talked about with all these influential podcasters, right? They're covering, they are controlling the discourse, whether it's a discussion about what's going on in Israel. It's very important because why? Well, U.S. tax dollars are going to support the military conquests in Israel, right? You understand. So if you have a group that's got vested interest, in Israel or what have you, obviously it's very important to understand that, you see. And of course, this is the overlying theme I've been talking about for many years, for close to 20 years in the financial media, right? In every single aspect, when you're talking about media. And of course, it goes to many different industries. You could look at Wall Street, finance, banking. You could look everywhere. Anyway, interesting. That's all I've got for today, folks. Please, I want to encourage you to do your part for humanity. Do a public service, such as what I've been doing. Expose the frauds, spread it around, save the videos, upload them elsewhere, start websites. Not on fucking, if you're serious, you don't fucking make a WordPress. Okay? You understand? Get your own domain, get your own hosting platform, and do it. Build a platform to serve as evidence to take these cases to the FTC. That's what you do. That's how it's done. These fraudsters on ScamTube need to be taken down. And this can also serve as evidence to be taken to Congress in terms of YouTube, to show how YouTube is promoting all these scams and scammers. It's a criminal platform. It's that simple. With that, have a good evening or day, wherever you may be.